Hello, Virgo. It's time for your weekly reading, July 1st to 7th, 2021. It is very, very early in the morning, and I have my window open, and I'm hoping it doesn't get too noisy. I mean, there's traffic and all of that jazz, but also we have this amazing amount of loudly tweeting birds in the morning, so let's just try and do it without too much noise. It's still kind of dark in here, so hopefully I can see the cards. So here we go. Ooh, that's a nice start. Everyone's getting the death card this week. I'm not quite sure why, but there must be massive change coming around. Too many swords lately. Everybody's getting those too. I'm not quite sure why. Well, I don't think we have to... Well, I mean, we always have to worry about these negative swords cards. However, there is so much good stuff in here that I think you're going to be okay, but there is some pain. So this is your only really bad card, but it is a bad card. The Ten of Swords. Sometimes this card means betrayal, and often it feels it is a complete feeling of defeat. So something's not right here. Now, whether this is something that's happening now or whether something's happened in the past or an accumulated bunch of things have happened that have made you feel this defeat. I mean, there aren't real swords sticking out of your back, but swords represent thoughts. And for you to have 10 of them means that there's some stuff going on, you know, that has happened. Things that make us feel this way are often betrayal, but also just too many painful things. Sometimes ends up in this. A lot of people are getting these cards, the three that I get constantly right now. Well, actually four, because the Tower comes up constantly, meaning upheaval. But everybody seems to be getting this card, the Ten of Swords, the Eight of Swords, the one, if you know the tarot cards where the woman's wearing the blindfold and she's feeling trapped. That one, and the Three of Swords, which is very sad, meaning some pretty intense sorrow. So I'm thinking some of it has to do with some of the things that are going on in the world right now. People aren't able to do what they want to do. They're feeling restricted. Feeling restricted causes a lot of problems in most of us. We don't like that. And as a result of it, it makes everything seem more exaggerated. So whether this is something really tragic or whether it's just an accumulation of stuff and burdens that you have that have caused a lot of pain, there is this pain. So we have to figure out how to get you out of it, because this is no way to live with this. So there's a lot of good stuff going on here. So let's figure out what you've got going on here. So this card, this is a card, it's kind of a complicated card, but it's also a really interesting card. So somebody has had a victory here, and it's probably you. Doesn't have to be you, but it's probably you, and is looking a little smug perhaps. So you have to kind of decide if this is a warranted victory. If somebody's been bad to you and you've, you know, gotten this victory over them, it's usually in argument. That's usually what we're talking about, but it could be some other kind of maneuvering in the way people operate. If the victory is warranted and the other person kind of deserves you winning over them, maybe more than once, usually more than once, fine. But sometimes if it's somebody you love and you want things to go right with, sometimes you have to kind of think about, do I want to have this kind of a constant victory? If it's your kid or your parent or your husband or your whoever that you actually do care about, maybe it isn't the best thing ever. Like I say, if it's not somebody close to you, if it's somebody that maybe a friend of yours has always undermined you, or, you know, obviously they're not a real friend then, or whatever, or, you know, not always treated you that great, and all of a sudden you're not taking it anymore and you're coming back with some witty comments and whatever, and they're not too thrilled, but you feel like you've got the upper hand, then hey, more power to you, because we don't want to be taking anything from people. Then we've got our beautiful Queen of Swords. So the Queen of Swords is an interesting character. So this is not you, Virgo, because you're an earth sign, but this person will be a Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra. So this might be a person in your life, might be somebody who's coming in. She is very practical. She is a person who doesn't like a lot of BS. She kind of cuts through all of that and gets to the point. When they do things, they often have a time frame they like it to get accomplished in. And if it doesn't happen in that time frame, forget it. They're kind of cut and dried. A lot of people perceive them as being a little bit cold. But they do tend to be kind of truth-seeking, and they have an intellectual bent so that they're always looking to learn new things. Very social, good at conversation, a very interesting character. So, or it could be your spouse, it could be your best friend. I don't know who it is. So if it's somebody you know now, great. If not, somebody might be coming in. So keep your eyes open for that. So we've got a few swords here, some negative, some positive. Now, death. Death rarely means physical death. Death usually means there's going to be some kind of big change coming in. And it's interesting because everybody's getting this card lately. So I'm thinking there's some big collective change that's coming. Now, that might be an exaggeration. It might be just that everybody's going to be doing personal changes because of their own situations, or even because maybe the travel situation is going to open up and things are going to change. Maybe we're not going to feel so stuck anymore. But something is going to change, and it's going to be fairly major. It's not going to be some minor little change. It's going to be something that usually comes with a big shift in thinking. So it's exciting. It's going to get good. It's going to get better. Then you have some cards that are truly magnificent. Truly magnificent. Like, this is an exciting reading. And you've got a lot of pentacles here, which is really, really good. So, first of all, we've got the King of Pentacles. Now, he is a Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus, and you are Virgo. So, perhaps this is you. He is a great person. I have some Capricorns who are extremely close to me. I'm very familiar with the traits of Capricorn. And I'm very different than this, but I really gravitate to it. I find it really interesting, and I kind of think that it matches well for my personality in a weird way. Like, the ideas that come out of the head of a Capricorn or a Virgo or a Taurus, all you earthy guys, you do things very differently than I do them. And sometimes I need to hear it because it's a different way of looking at the world. And sometimes we get stuck in doing things the way that we always do them. Or even if we consider ourselves innovators, we still don't have the mindset to do something completely different. So he is very methodical. He's one who likes to invest in things. He's not afraid of things that take a long time to mature. He does good investments. He's usually financially stable. He's very into the body, as you earth signs tend to be. He, tries to protect his health. Anything that is a long-term investment is important. You guys tend to look to the future. You're always trying to create a good future. So health, wealth, longevity, those things tend to be important to earth signs. You guys like tangible things you can hang on to, things that are real. There are always exceptions to everything, but, this guy is a very solid character. So maybe this is somebody who's coming in, unless it's you. So then we've got this card, which is a card I quite like. It's a card of the Three of Pentacles. It's a card of, can often mean a tradesperson. somebody who is being hired to do some skilled labor for somebody. But it's also a card of laying foundations, which, when you're talking about earth signs, is very important, because you just don't go off and do everything willy-nilly. You plan and you make things happen in an order. And quite often in life, it's important to have the initial structure before you go on building the next thing. So it's a really good card of that. It could be the beginnings of investing. It could be the beginnings of building something. And it's a really, really positive card. It's fantastic. And then I haven't seen her in a while. Now, this is a card of prosperity. So this is a really, really good card. And I have not been getting her for quite some time. The Nine of Pentacles. She is in a place where you can see she is comfortable. It looks opulent. She's in a garden with a bird, not the kind who are tweeting outside driving me nuts. A nice bird who's sitting there calmly and keeping its mouth shut. She does not look like she wants for anything. She looks like she's got abundance, and there's financial security. Everything is good here. So you are on a path for something very, very nice here. Very good, very solid, very stable. But then we've got this, where things start to get exciting. So we've got the Ace of Cups. A beautiful card, which is all about the beginning of something you're going to be passionate about. It can be love. It can be a project. It can be a job opportunity. It can be a trip. It can be anything you desire that you're passionate about. So this is the very beginning stages. I hope it's a fabulous love relationship for you, because that would be a lot of fun and excitement and positive. Maybe that's what the foundations are being laid of here. But I'm gonna go more with the financial thing here, but you never know. Then we have the Three of Cups, which is completely all about celebration. Sometimes this card pops up when there's going to be a wedding, but it can be a celebration about anything. It can be people coming together, raising a glass, having a wonderful time together, feeling that camaraderie. It's a really great card, like happy, 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 happy. And then you've got the Wheel of Fortune, and the Wheel of Fortune is about what fate is going to do next. And it looks like fate is going to give you some good luck. I don't want you feeling this. I want you feeling this, okay? And this. So I hope this week brings you beautiful things, amazing things, Virgo. Keep really positive and strong. Don't be upset about anything bad in your mind. No changes coming in. Keep your eyes open for beautiful opportunities. And I hope to talk to you soon.